Hey, what's going on, guys? Ethan here, and today we're going to take a look at my Game Boy and Game Boy Advance collection due to a recent video by Sasha The Sloth. So, without further ado, got my little collection here. So we're going to start with this little carry case. I've got this for like 50p from some Facebook marketing seller. Nothing major, just it exists. Then I've got my tribal Game Boy Advance. This has cost me 40 quid when I bought it. Now these systems actually go for quite a lot more, thanks to a lot of people artificially inflating the price, including the retro game store chain CEX. So thanks, guys. Then we have the pearl pink Game Boy Advance. This is another one that I have, and this is obviously my preferred one. I enjoy it more. People are going to think it's weird that obviously they see a bloke holding a pink Game Boy, but it is. And also, you assume I'm a bloke anyway. So here's the first game. We've got Wario Land 2. I'm pretty sure the first Wario Land was on the Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy being Nintendo's failed VR sort of hybrid sort of console, which was supposed to be portable. I didn't have a head strap, so I don't know how it was supposed to be portable.
Yeah, I think it was the
it had a stand, so how is it portable if it's got a stand?
And let's not forget the seizures it caused.
Yeah, that too. And apparently it was red and black. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god, you could have picked.
You could have picked the worst colour scheme.
And you picked red and black. Jesus. Then we have Spider-Man on the Game Boy Color. This is obviously based on the 1994 TV show. You can have by the logo of the actual on the actual cart. Pretty fun, pretty cool game. Nice little soundtrack as well. Then we have Pokemon Gold on the Game Boy. Pokemon, obviously, not one I own a lot of, because obviously Pokemon's quite expensive, because obviously due to popularity and whatnot. And some box copies of Pokemon go for up to £150 in some secondary stores.
I've seen those ones sealed. They go for grams.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you joking?
No.
Please say psych.
No.
Please say psych.
Nope.
My God. The economy is screwed. Then we have
the truth.
Then we have Game Watch Gallery Volume 1. This is obviously the first one in the series. I didn't realise there was more than one originally, and then I realised there were 3 games. So yeah, that's another one. It's just some LCD Game & Watch games. So there's that. Then we have Super Mario Land 2. Mario Land 2, the 6 gold coins. Obviously, it's one of the original platformers of Mario on the Game Boy. Pretty cool, pretty nice. Quite a cheap game to collect for as well, which is good. Then we have Game Watch Gallery Volume 2. Obviously, who doesn't love Game Watch Gallery? You know, Game Watch Gallery is obviously the big one for Nintendo. It's clearly their biggest franchise. Obviously, Mario, what is Pokemon? What, you know, Game Watch Gallery. That's what you're buying when it comes to Nintendo. Come on, that's what you want, Mr. Game & Watch. That's what you want.
Has any ever been desirable in Smash Brothers?
There's a lot of weird characters in Smash Bros. To be fair.
Yeah.
Then we have Wave Race. Do you know the story of Wave Race?
No.
Wave Race is basically a Game Boy racing game where you play basically racing jet skis, and they actually made a sequel on the N64, which is pretty cool. But this is obviously the original one, and it's in my collection, so let's have it in the collection. Then we have Chicken Run. Question, Scooby, have you seen Chicken Run?
Yes.
Have you met anyone with chickens?
Yes.
Have you met a chicken?
Yes.
Have you chased a chicken?
Yes.
Do you know what Chicken Run plays like?
Hmm.
Then you have Turok Rage Wars. This is obviously a side-scrolling shooter, which is kind of a bit of a departure to the original game. The original game is obviously a first-person shooter where you're shooting dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's alright. It's pretty good. It's a pretty fun game. Funnily enough, this game is actually owned by Atari now. So Atari, please re-release this on modern systems. I'd buy that for $1.
Hmm.
I'd buy that for $1. Then we got.
I don't know. You haven't even seen the film you're referencing.
What film are we referencing?
RoboCop.
Oh. No, I'm a Robo Snob. Then we got Game Watch Gallery 3. This is finally the third one. I didn't even know this existed until it was put on Switch Online. And then I went out and bought a copy. Yeah, so that's how I found out this one existed.
Irrelevance meets irrelevance.
Yep. I mean, Switch Online's not irrelevant. It's just the fact that they kind of need to increase the number of games, the better the lineup of games, and actually, you know, make it feel like it's worth our subscription. Then we've got Star Wars Obi-Wan's Adventures on the Game Boy Color. Star Wars game I got for a couple quid. Basically, a lot of my games I come from Facebook Marketplace, and they work really well. I trust independent sellers more than I trust big store chains, just because obviously independent sellers have less reason to try and like con you out of money. Then we have Quest Rest. This is a homebrew game by John Rue, who obviously runs the Retro Room and is obviously a game developer. This is like a Pokemon-like game. It's rated M, guys. So obviously, don't get this confused. This is not a game to give to your kids. But obviously, it's like 20, 30 quid. If you want to get a copy from John, I'll leave a link to his channel or I'll leave a link to his website in the description. So if you want to buy a copy, you can buy a copy. Then we have Tweeny's Doodle's Bone. Do you know Doodle? Scoopin, you know Doodle?
Thanks.
Do you know the Tweenies? Do you know this big red dog? This big red dog. Do you know the big red dog?
Oh my!
It's not Clifford.
I now remembered.
Oh, you now remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nightmare fuel back in the day. How was Jake
no,
3
it's
years
not
old?
nearly as bad as the Teletubbies.
Yeah, but how is Jake 3 years old and he's taller than me? I have questions.
Yeah.
I have many questions. Many questions. Then we have more games. We've got Duel Masters on the from Atari on the Game Boy Advance. Duel Masters obviously a Yu-Gi-Oh game. Yu-Gi-Oh's Yu-Gi-Oh. It was supposed to be a rival to Pokemon, didn't really work. So, next one. We have a newer edition. Grand Theft Auto on the Game Boy Advance. Obviously, Grand Theft Auto is Grand Theft Auto. People don't even realize there was a Grand Theft Auto game on the Game Boy Advance, but apparently they made one. Then we have Dragon Ball Z2, Return of Goku. So, Scoping, do you know anything about Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
About this game?
Nope.
About Dragon Ball games in general?
Yes.
What?
They're just mostly shovelware.
Okay. You heard it first, guys, from a professional Dragon Ball fan. Professional American as well, yes? Exactly.
And they operate on a couple of brain cells, but not that little.
Don't insult my viewers. Then we've got Freestyle Scooter, a Ubisoft clone of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, where instead of playing as Tony Hawk, you play as some kid on a scooter. I want to know how this was made, because it seems like a really weird thing to make. Then we have Rayman 3. Rayman 3 is obviously the triplet of the franchise, the third son in the line. 1 and 2 weren't available, so we had to get Rayman 3, unfortunately. It's a decent game. Probably Ubisoft's last good game, but yeah. Then we have V-Rally 3, which I can only assume stands for Virgin Rally 3. Obviously, this is a great game for Scoping over here. Huge racing fan. You know, yeah. So that's the next one. You should buy this game, Scoping. You should get a Game Boy Advance and buy this game.
My DS doesn't even work, so why would I buy it?
Get a Game Boy Advance. Invest in the economy. Invest in your child's future.
I'd rather fix my DS, because then I can play my DS games as well.
Buy a 3DS. I have 2DS for sale if you want 2DS.
2DS with the 3DS, but slightly better.
Then I'll make you offer. Then we have Lego Star Wars, the video game. This is just the first. This is the prequel trilogy on Lego Star Wars, so that's pretty nice to have this in the collection. I had an issue with it working at one point, but I got it all fixed and cleaned up, so it was all working now. Nice having the collection because obviously Lego Star Wars is Lego Star Wars, and Lego has a huge history with Star Wars, so that's good. And then we have Mickey and Minnie in the Magic Quest. Magical Quest is obviously a game by Disney Interactive Studios and published by Capcom, so it's quite an interesting game. You play as Mickey Mouse as a platforming game, so that's nice to have in the set as well. Then we have the other homebrew in my collection is this game, Eland the Crystal Wars. Obviously based on a scrap Dune game. Obviously the developer of Crest John Root actually bought the rights to the scrap version, did some tweaking, changed a few things, and suddenly we have this new game coming to the market. So then we have this game's a little bit disappointing that it doesn't work. We've got ants. Obviously I'm going to be looking at trying to clean it, see if there's anything I can do to fix it. I've spoken to Sasha The Sloth, who's obviously huge on this sort of stuff, and she understands stuff better than I do, so maybe she can have a look at it for me. But yeah, that's another one here to look out for. I'll make a video in the future. Then I also have this Game Boy Advance. I can't remember what it's called, but basically you plug it in the back of the Game Boy Advance and you can use it to
the plug and play feature.
Yeah, it basically lets you link it to the other Game Boy Advances on the same network and lets you trade Pokemon and stuff like that. So guys, that's my little lineup. So obviously, like I said, in the description, you'll find a link to John Reed's website where you can check out Quest Arrest and Elan Crystal Wars. You'll find a link to Sasha The Sloth in this video as well. And obviously, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, like, share, comment, turn notifications. I've been Nick and I'm signing out. Peace.